What's good? It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. We back with the boxing clinic. Y'all know what it is. Shout out to the LDBC and the YTBC. And yes, I do on the camera videos. I do them. Used to do them way more often, but my laptop's broke. And the picture ones are so fast to upload for me straight from my phone. So it's more convenient, but I do hop on here and may go live on YouTube every once in a while. But I do them. So I'm back doing another one. I had a face incident, got cut on my face, it healed up pretty well. But today we're talking about, Eddie Hearn is the main reason why the heavyweight division is going to continue to be on the back burners in boxing. Now, we know the heavyweight division is, is like when the heavyweight division is doing well, boxing is at its premium, it's at its peak, it's at its optimum. And, Eddie Hearn is single-handedly holding that division up. And, he's holding the division up by, protecting Anthony Joshua from foes. But I'm a guy that likes to look at things from different angles and different points of views. If you follow my channel, I do it often. And you got to think about it. Put yourself in Eddie Hearn's and Anthony Joshua's shoes, okay? I mean, you got a guy, Anthony Joshua, who can fight anybody in the world and, do mega numbers in the UK and make $15 to $20 million every time you fight versus anybody. And the hype doesn't drop. He has a loyal fan base. Even in America, most people make excuses and they support Anthony Joshua before they support any other heavyweight in America. If Anthony Joshua, he came out and literally said, I don't want to fight Deontay Wilder. I don't want to, he said in another interview, said he knows he's going to lose. He says he's not ready for Wilder. Maybe 2-3 years down the line, he may be ready. And people defended him. People defend, he don't need Wilder. Wilder ain't fought nobody, and turned it right back on Wilder. But if you put the shoe on somebody, you put the shoe on the other foot, and Wilder said that he was in a position of power, then people would be bashing Wilder. So Wilder's really in a no-win situation. Even if he beat Anthony Joshua, fans are going to detract and take away from what he does as a heavyweight and what he does as a fighter. So, I think Deontay Wilder is in the worst position that you can be in as a boxer. Nobody, people are waiting for him to lose. But if he continues to win, be Anthony Joshua, reign over the division, people are still going to take away from him. They're still going to hate on him, And Anthony Joshua could do no wrong. He can go out there and lose 5 straight times, and he might not be the biggest attraction that he is now, being undefeated. But people still going to support him. The UK fans still going to show him love. They're going to still spend the money. And he fighting in Wales this weekend. And it wasn't even worth, even when POV was the opponent, it wasn't even worth the prediction video for me, That's just my opinion on it. I'm not excited about this fight, but I will watch the fight. I mean, unless something else pops up. But, it is what it is, They're in a position of power. And if, me, you, or anybody else is in that same position, 9.5 times out of 10, you use that position to your advantage. And that's what Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua are doing, They're praying that, Deontay Wilder gets out the way like Luis Ortiz did with a loss or whatever. Because they don't really care about fighting Deontay Wilder. And I'll tell you why. Because at the end of the day, his million's not going to go up for fighting Deontay Wilder that much. He make a $20 million fighting POV. He might make around a 25, maybe $30 million at the most. Probably not even that, fighting Deontay Wilder right now. So why would you want to go fight somebody that can knock you out one punch, that's young, quick and fast, even though everybody say he got a lot of deficiencies and he should be easy money from you? But why would you even risk fighting a puncher like that when you can make the same amount of money or around the same amount of money fighting, mid-level bums? And no matter how many people try to justify the reason why Deontay Wilder deserves that fight, it's going to be one every person that's trying to justify it. Probably 100 people in the boxing world that's trying to defend Anthony Joshua. They're trying to say, he's the biggest fighter in the world. And they try to do it with Triple G, man. I told you guys, when these guys start stepping up in competition, it's not going to go so well. And I told you guys about Triple G. He started stepping up in competition. He started to slip. And people say, is he on Piz or is he getting old? No, he's stepping up in competition. He's starting to slip. It's natural. You're not going to knock out guys when you continue to step up on the elite level. You guys trying to tell me he was on the elite level. I told you guys he wasn't, and that's the honest truth. I'm never going to fake the funk. That I believe that I'm faking the funk. And sometimes can I be wrong? Absolutely. Anthony Joshua, he ain't fought on that level yet. He beat Charles Martin. Y'all ate that up. But if it was Deontay Wilder beating Charles Martin, he'd have been a bum, the garbage. It was another easy victory. But y'all ate that up like it was the greatest win for Anthony Joshua when he beat Vladimir Klitschko. And Klitschko let him off the hook by not, throwing any punches. And he came back and beat him. It was the greatest heavyweight win that some of you guys ever saw. And you guys act like you never seen 90s or 80s heavyweight boxing, even film of it, then it was greater fights on a greater fights than that on a regular basis. Excuse me, and that's just the real truth. This is the era in sports of stats and overreaction, and not paying homage to the past. And it is what it is. We used to seeing great heavyweight boxing. It was nothing that just blew me out the water by Anthony Joshua fighting Vladimir Klitschko. I wasn't impressed. Like everybody else was, like, oh, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread, or this is the greatest thing since Crustables, Smackers Crustables. It's not. It was a good win for Anthony Joshua, but at the end of the day, it was a win over a 41-year-old man coming off an 18-month layoff, coming off a loss. Come on. And if Deontay Wilder would have did it, y'all would have been taken away from it. So a lot of these guys out here, swinging, it just go on the beat of their fandom. They say this guy gonna win, and there's no real tactical strategy about how that guy gonna win. You can ask, somebody if they pick a guy to win, why is he gonna win? And they can never give you a really legitimate boxing answer. So when people come and say stupid stuff, most times if I don't pay attention to your comment, it's probably because you said something stupid, or maybe I'm a little busy, but I try to get to everybody's comment. But, you got to look at it from the position of power. Why would Eddie Hearns go make a dangerous fight like Wilder when Wilder doesn't bring too much to the table? Not even making excuses saying that, he not getting the 50-50, and they just don't excuse after excuse. They don't want that fight. Anthony Joshua doesn't want to go to America. He's fine in the UK. You know why he doesn't want to come to America? Because he doesn't want to fight Deontay Wilder. That's why. And that's real spit, man. That's why he don't want to come to America. He's about to come to America to fight Vladimir Klitschko. If he said he was going to fight, wasn't he? So you got to just look at it from that point of view. You see how wishy-washy he is? He's a very timid and not confident guy. I can tell. Anytime you talking about losing publicly, or you talking about, oh, I don't want that fight, he's soft. There's nothing new about some of the UK guys. A lot of UK guys are soft, and they can't take them on the chin. They're not the toughest, and that's true. Lennox Lewis had that persona for a while, but he erased that persona years and really erased it by beating Vitaly Klitschko in the war. It's a lot of tough guys over there, don't get me wrong, but tough guys don't win fights. But Anthony Joshua is just charismatic. He looks the part. He got the body. He's physically strong. He got some good boxing, but I see improvement from Anthony Joshua. They just want to weigh Deontay Wilder off so he can lose, so they can forget about the fight, or he get old, or whatever it is. They not fans of that fight, Eddie Hearns, and especially when you got so much money invested into Anthony Joshua. When fans, don't care who he beat, or they don't demand for him to fight the best in the division because they don't know who the best in the division, or they don't respect who the best in the division is, Deontay Wilder. So, it's no pressure on Eddie Hearn to make that fight with Deontay Wilder. It is what it is. I look forward to do more, peer-to-peer videos, more facial videos, and we gone.